to Baldur's Gate 3, Act 1. I am Sammy. This is Sammy. You are Sammy. We are all Sammy. Sammy. Oh no, the dog got a hold of Blazen's keyboard. What are we going to do? But speaking of dogs, I have, in the previous week's worth of episodes, I have professed my love to Karlak, who's up there shadow boxing. I also found a bugbear cub, or owlbear cub. We found the mother, we left them alone, then we came back and the mother was dead, but the baby was missing, and the baby has been coming to our camp, and I've been feeding them and trying to make them more comfortable, and now they're living with us, and Scratch, the dog that we picked up, has been kind of acting as a surrogate parent, you know, snuggling at night and taking care of things. And so, you know, now I imagine that Scratch either wants to give me a gift, or maybe I get to talk to him and be like, hey, you're doing great. So I'm going to take a guess that I can speak to him, cast Speak with Animals, catch up to him, and say, oh, never mind. It's a present. What have you got there, Scratch? Aww.
I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. All I know is I thought of you when I saw it.
Aww. I'm gonna pet him, of course. Yeah. Also, story related to Act 1. We have made our way into the Underdark. I got lost and I found a temple. Isn't he a good boy? I'm going to go talk to the owlbear cub. But I got lost in the Underdark, found this tower that had booby traps, didn't know what to do, and nearly had a party wipe from booby traps. And so I decided to go back up here. Oh, that's weird. Let's pet the cub. It's weird that my Speak with Animals guy couldn't speak with him. So we're looking for the Gith-Yankee patrol that we were told about as a side quest. We are not going into the mountains, but we are going to at least allow this portion of the quest to get carried on. And maybe I'll return to the mountain pass another time, because we do need to return to the Underdark, and then I've got to explore a totally different direction than I went last time and see if I can find my way out. But our current party is going to be Sammy, Shadowheart, Lae'zel temporarily, and Will. If we are able to get rid of Lae'zel after talking to the Gith-Yankee, then we will go and get Karlak back, because she's my boo, and she packs a punch. We had to rescue people from this fire. They gave us another quest. For some reason, one of the dudes that we rescued in the fire, that diamond with the arrow pointing up, they say we need to speak to him, but he's in mourning right now, and I had hoped that by going into camp and sleeping for the night, A, the fires would be put out, and B, I would be able to chat with him, and like he wouldn't be so inconsolable. But looking at him, he appears to still be inconsolable. He hasn't put any clothes on, and he hasn't moved from the spot that I left him. And he's crying. It's fair. Yeah. It took me precisely too long to get that joke blazing. The second laughter was when it finally clicked that now that we are in the morning, he is in evening. Because last night, when I rescued him, it was the evening and he was in morning. I caught up! I'm here! It's clever, just sometimes I'm slow. We're not going to ask him about the dowry. I almost accidentally just clicked into that to be like, yeah. It also appears that Will is stuck somewhere in the environment, so we're going to do that. select him and go this way. Oh, Will, did you... Oh, never mind. Okay. I thought he went back up the stair, the ladder. And I was like, what? Why would you do that? Okay. So like I said, we found... Ow. We found a lot of fire. This was the area the goblins had told us they were going to. Oh, man. I should have picked a druid for this game, but I've played a druid before through Act 1, and so I know that all of these little small holes and little areas can be gotten to by turning into a cat and just crawling inside. And so every time I see one, I'm like, dang it, should have been a cat. Then I could have gotten in there. Especially because I'm thinking it is just this. Let's see. Whoa! How do I deal with this? Come on. I really want to stay in this room. There we go. Ha ha! Thought they were so clever in keeping me out, but no. Too smart for them. Uh-oh. Hey, idiot, you left a snot rag on my kitchen table. I haven't thrown it out yet. A lot of times I want to push you into a pit of snakes, but sometimes you say something so stupid and funny I think about it for days. Don't panic. Let's talk when you're home. Be safe out there, Rhea. Straight up, I think I tried to date someone like this before. We went on one date, and she was into negging. And like at first I was like, okay, teasing, that's fun. I'm fine with teasing. I don't know you, so I'm not going to tease you because we're not there yet, but I can take it. And it just kept going throughout the whole night, and I was like, man, I cannot wait to leave this date. Negging does not work, people, whether you are a man or a woman. Do not neg. It's not going to work. It does not charm. You can tease. Teasing is cute and fun, and everybody loves teasing. Just don't neg. Doesn't work. Okay, taking a look at this room. I'm not a huge fan of all the fire on the ground. Ow! That scared me. Guys, get out of the fire. Me too. We'll come back here one day. Maybe I'll find something that allows me to walk in fire.
Allow us peace in this plane and beyond. Teach us care when we would be reckless.
Well, now that we have gone through like half of my health, let's just do a quick short rest.
Allow us peace in this plane and beyond.
Over here.
Be reckless. Teach us
Okay.
when we would have
We can come back here. I did play a little bit of Diablo 4 on Thursday. It was fine. It was just, you know, running around doing crazy stuff, just doing what we do. Like, someone did raid, and that was fun. So my analytics look very different than they normally do, but otherwise, it was a pretty chill stream, and I think that's going to be the case until the new season starts. It's going to feel like the Diablo streams are the low-key, let's just hang out and have a good time together. Because I don't have any goals with Diablo 4. I am just playing to kill things and fill time. If I find better equipment, great, but I'm not counting on it, nor am I particularly looking for it. Okay. We found some dudes in a cave. They told us that they had some special shipment that they were going to send to someone over here.
Spot Rugen marked.
Yep.
Doesn't look like much.
So, what we're going to do is we're going to move that. And, whoops. We're going to move Oh, this one. Come on. Let's put it right on top. I'm glad this doesn't have like physics, because otherwise I'd be falling around. Yeah, maybe I should switch over to Path of Exile 1 since I own it and we can play an old game. Because that's usually what I end up doing. I don't have the money for new games, so I might as well play the old games that are just sitting there collecting dust. And then I could just play the new season on my own time, you know? So we'll have to chat. That is so crazy. Blazin says they prefer Path of Exile 1 to Path of Exile 2. And I say that's crazy because, like, everyone keeps saying just skip 1, go straight to 2. And I'm like, okay, like the differences are so stark. And so I'm curious. I want to play them both because I'm just like, man, that's so weird. And it sounds like it. It sounds like both games are good in their own ways, and whichever one you vibe with is going to be the one you like more. But I am deeply impressed by any studio willing to make radical changes between, you know, one game in a franchise and the next. And two examples that I can think of off the top of the dome would be Dynasty Warriors. The original game on PlayStation 1 was a 1v1 fighting game, similar to Soul Calibur. And then when 2 came out, that's when it became the 1 versus thousands style game that it is today, which, you know, is the secret sauce that makes it good. And the other one that I was thinking of, and it just slipped my brain. Oh, crap. It was a newer one, and it just completely slipped out of my head. Well, you tell me. Maybe you can think of other examples of games where one game in the franchise was radically different than the other games in the franchise, and that was the improvement for it. That's true. There were systems that made Inquisition great. Ruh-roh. Little Serpent, Long Shadow.
I thought you were flaming fist. Well, down you go then. They'll be on it soon. So if you're looking to trade,
I haven't either, and I own it. Maybe that'll be one of the games that I play.
here's the key.
Because I'm pretty sure I beat 2 and 3 on the PlayStation, and so those save files should exist. Like, I should be able to start up the newest one and take whatever story beats matter from the previous 2 games. But then I played Dragon Age Origins on the Xbox 360, and so obviously can't transfer those saves around. Okay, so we found a den of thieves. Let's go ahead and chat with this guy. He really was. Yeah, sorry, I just thought you might have anything else to say. Blazin says Dragon Age Origins was a masterpiece, and that made me remember when you go into the mines. So Dragon Age Origins, it's an older style game. Its version of the open world was really these staging areas, and most of them would unlock via the story. But some of them you could visit multiple times, and there would be side quests and stuff like that. And in one of the stories, you are tasked with going into some dwarven mines. And at first you're like, okay, this is very cool. Like, I love hanging out with the dwarves, and I like going into the mines, and it has this very Lord of the Rings style, and I'm having a good time. Then you get to a certain point in the mines where the music changes, and the game suddenly becomes a horror game. The suspense gets kicked way up, like turned to 11 after the suspense was maybe a 2 or a 3. And yeah, like, you are just inundated with enemies. There are demons speaking to you. Like, it is such a radical tonal shift that it gave me nightmares when I first played the game. I was like, this is too scary. And so that is like locked into my brain. That is a gaming core memory, you know, playing something where I thought I was playing one game and then suddenly I'm playing a horror game. And a very good one at that. Oh, yeah. I think I was in college at the time, so I missed a few college classes, but, you know, at that time I just did the homework and turned in my assignments online and usually got my B's that way. All right. There are thieves about. These thieves... Let me actually hydrate, Blazin. You covered a drink, but you covered a water drink. I've been working on this monster Java for too long, and I'm a little embarrassed by it. But some good old flat, plain water might be good, especially for the throat. And then I'm going to go right back to this energy drink. The energy drink is very exciting. It covers my throat in cream and makes me harder to speak. Shut up, don't tell anybody I said that. You know, sometimes Freud got it right in one. Indeed. That's the real reason I missed you. No one's here to make me say dumb things accidentally. Okay, why did he let me in here? I should have been paying attention. Let's open our journal and read. Okay. Travel to the Moonrise Towers. Shadowheart. Okay, there it is. Find the missing shipment. We were able to successfully enter the hideout. Time to find who's in charge. So do I just wait? Do I have to find a hiding spot? Ah! Blah! I died! Oh my god. That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. I was not expecting the game to have a jump scare. Meanwhile, developers are like, jump scare? What jump scare? Oh, golly. Thank you for pointing out the time signature. I might actually have to make that as a short. I have been lazy. Okay, why can I now not go inside? Wardrobe. Hidden stairs. I should just read what's being said. And I should also save. But we found a quick travel spot. And also, just so you guys know, I have played Act 1 once in the past, but I have not... Yeah, like, who would think to go down hidden stairs? I have never seen this. I got here the first time I played, looked around, didn't even think to check the basement. I think I went down and I was like, there's no one down here. And so I left and didn't think about it ever again. So this is new for me. I did not know any of this was here. And I bet it's not red, so I can steal their camp supplies. Definitely no complaints. Ruh-roh. Okay. The game is auto-saving. Let's see what we've got. Oh, KTO nerds, I'm gonna need to hit you up later about the podcast, because I forgot when we said we were gonna record. Okay, I think these are also weapons. That one's the weapon. You can equip salami and hit people with your meat. I fight unarmed, so I'm not going to beat people with my meat. But if you're into beating people with your meat, grab the salami and hold it firmly in your hands. The things that come out of my mouth. I mean, I guess that depends on if you have two-weapon fighting. They are light. Should have been giving all of this to Karlach. Okay.
What's your business down here? Answer honestly and maybe we'll kill you clean.
Ooh. So I should lie.
Hold on. That's the lad who saved us from the gnolls. Let him in.
You revealed our location. That tongue gets any looser, Rugen, I'll cut it out. Come down then. Seems you're a friend of the family.
I maybe should not have decided to pursue this particular story because I'm a good guy. I don't do bad guy stuff. Uh-oh. Why did my perception fail? Guys, why is our perception failing?
I've spotted a trap.
Ah. That could be it. I'm not a bad person, just upset now. Okay. What happens if I stand on this? I'm gonna disarm it. They might fight me. Is it a bad thing to... Oh, yes, the jump scare got me, but you saying jump made me realize I have a button where I can just jump and clear the trap and see what happens. Okay, nobody got hurt. We're fine. We're fine. I was using the rest of my party as a guinea pig to see what would happen. All right, there's another booby trap. But it appears to not be active as long as these guys like me.
Don't get comfortable.
Let's see. Okay, so we got all these dudes.
Well, don't you cut a fine figure? Want your portrait done?
Yes!
You have the gold.
Oh.
My pet artist will make you a most heroical likeness.
Pet artist? I am glad that is the very first option.
Let's say we're his patrons, yeah? Found him wandering the wilds alone. He needs protection. And if his paintings cover our costs, so much the better, eh?
Should I be starting fights already? I haven't spoken to anyone else here. And I'm immediately going to charge this guy of being in the mob. Hello, Gaming Mike's channel. I am glad you are here. Now you're saying, do you have anything else to trade? Which is probably the best option. I can always come back and say, let's put a pin on this whole protection racket thing. And then we'll see what we have to say later.
Plenty, if the finer things don't appeal.
Okay, looking at what he's got. A lot of potions. I could re-up on trap and disarm kits. See, and I thought you've been here the whole time, just sitting back, relaxing, and then you were like, I've got an opinion! And I was so shocked by it, I was like, okay, let's do it. Ooh. I could start putting together my band. I might just do that.
Can't show you the good
Whoops!
stuff
Dang
till
it!
Zaris gives the say-so, mind. Friends of the Zen only.
Of a sorts. Like, nobody's gonna actually be any good. But, you know, we're all gonna try. Okay. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. That's why I was thinking about giving her the drums. Who would get the flute? Because I think Will has the other thing.
Something I can help you with?
I want to trade. Oh, I can buy your prisoner. That's crazy. The world as it is, and there's actual work to do. And to Blazen's point, I don't know if I can actually turn them into a band. Nobody that I have been giving instruments to has instrument proficiency. So essentially they would have to roll a high success on a die, and somehow all of us would have to play together. But that's, you know, when has a bad idea stopped me from anything? So one of those. And then I had stolen some jewelry, but it's alchemical. Okay, that was some of the jewelry I stole. Sell that. Nothing alchemical, but I'm willing to get rid of like the starfish or the pearl. Like, it's just money. Oh, I also discovered that if you have mods turned on, you do not earn trophies. So at some point, for my own personal benefit, I am going to start yet another new game. That one will likely be done on my own time, and that one will be just for trophy hunting. But that will probably happen after I have played through the campaign once, just to see what this whole thing is like. Okay. Anyway, what I was saying. Yeah, like, I want my dang achievements. I want my fake digital trophies. We're going to sell all 3 of those. Keep. Sell. Keep. Was this the one? Nope, gotta keep. Alright. Looks like I actually did not have a lot of... Oh, there they are. I found them. I found everything. Okay, we could get blood from a stone. So we're selling that one. I'm going to sell the clamshell, the conch, the other conch, and the last... Well, I guess this is a horn shell, not a conch. And the jade. All right, if it comes down to it and I need to buy an artist, I have 2,600 gold. I should be able to afford it.
Can't show you the good stuff till Zaris gives the say-so.
Yeah.
Friends of the Zen only.
I'm doing my best not to accuse them of being criminals. It is a challenge. Okay. Who has the instrument now? Will. Okay. Will has an instrument, so I need to give one to Shadowheart. She's going to take the flute, because I think she and Will are going to be our leads, whereas Karlak and Sammy are going to be the rhythm section. So Shadowheart gets a flute. Karlak gets a drum, and eventually I will equip these things, and I will make all of them attempt to perform. It'll be fun. Oh. Okay. Well, I am lost. I think I have been here, actually, because I remember this being a combat encounter as soon as I walked inside. So I must have done something wrong, because now I'm in here and I'm like, oh, these people want to talk to me? That's cool. There. Got him. Okay. Let's talk to the boss. Let's talk to Zaris.
I owe you one for saving my people. The Zentarim look out for their own, even if it's Rugen.
Did you know he ran away from a fight?
And my thanks. Our trader can show you some of our more exotic items now, but don't delay. This place is likely to be rubble soon.
Rubble? What are you planning to do?
Someone kidnapped a duke, right on our bloody doorstep. The Flaming Fist will need someone to blame. I don't plan on it being us.
See, and just like that, now I like this Thieves Guild. All they had to do is tell me that you know, the cops are after them and they're going to be treated as the scapegoat. And then I'm like, I'm on your side. I'm not going to rob for you, but I'm willing to help you get away. Okay. This is likely going to go to Karlach. I just want to read what Heraldish Doom is. When you deal damage to a target with a ranged weapon, it must succeed a charisma saving throw or be baned for 2 turns. That's dope. And I think Bane is minus 1d4 to all of your rolls. It might be 1d6. It's essentially like you make a d20 roll, and then if someone has cast Bane against you, you then make another roll and subtract from your original roll. So very good to do to someone else. Always sucks to do to myself. Or have done
Drink, I promise,
to me.
will have to wait. We're moving out. The elf song's my local. Look me up if you're in the city.
Okay. All right, well now I like these guys. I'm gonna... But I really want to buy an artist.
Any more beasts out there?
I'm a terrible person all of a sudden. I am a horrible human being. Okay, before we head back there and potentially ruin everything, we're going to quick save. Because I'm paranoid about exploring other people's areas. Interesting. That was very good, Blazin. I walked right into it. But you should know I'm only half orc. I don't know what the other half of me is. I don't know if the game has ever said it. I'm still just hoarding books. We can read those if you pay with beard hairs. Gosh, I should be giving all of this food to Karlach so she can hold it for us. But I haven't been encumbered yet, so I haven't felt the need. All right. As you are watching the stream, you can earn beard hairs. You can use those beard hairs for doing things like making me take a sip, stand up and stretch, or, as Blazin just redeemed, you can get me to read something. So let's make a decision. I'm just going to look at these books and just pick one at random. We're gonna do the one that's closest to here. I think this is the closest. We're gonna do it. Okay. I don't know if there's gonna be any item descriptions, Blazin, but we can certainly take a look. Before, holy crap, you spent the whole shebang. It's going to be a good time. I might have to go back to camp to do some of these things. All right, I'm going to do them in order. Let's read something. Read something is just reading something. So, I'm going to pull from the Tao Te Ching. Very tiny book, very easy to read. And let's go to chapter 47. Boop, boop, boo. I love the Tao Te Ching, by the way. Highly recommend it. This is the Stephen Mitchell translation of the Tao Te Ching. A new English version. I've got the pocket edition. It's very dirty because I've owned it for close to 20 years and I usually keep it nearby. Chapter 47. Without opening your door, you can open your heart to the world. Without looking out your window, you can see the essence of the Tao. The more you know, the less you understand. The master arrives without leaving, sees the light without looking, achieves without doing a thing. Chapter 47. It's a delightful little book of poetry. Okay, read an item description. We are going to grab this book. That's going to be... Oh, it was a scroll. Once Baal's favor has quickened within one of his beloved murderers. The bliss of his love is nigh indescribable, for he blesses his loyal with... Really? Okay. For he blesses his loyal with a new sensation, a mindless, instinctual, primal sensation that comes from within the bowels, gross, an erotic spasm, gross, that washes over the killer in the moment of murder. It is said that in that instant, his divine essence can almost be tasted, gross. Forsake all other hedonisms, acolytes, for nothing can compare. Until the true ecstasies, gross, of murder wash over you, initiates. This scroll contains a prayer you may say after a kill, calling for the Lord's disgrace to find its course in your body. I do know how to pick 'em, don't I? Okay. Let me get a quick sip. This time it's not going to be of water. It's going to be of the energy drink, and then we'll do the stretch. And then I'm going to do my best to make up a fairy tale. Okay. Position the camera so that we can all see that delightful portrait that my little brother bought me. Here we go. I also like to pull up my pants so you guys don't see my belly, but we like to stretch. We like to go up, and then down. Oh my goodness. Then we just roll it back up, and we shake it out. That was a good idea. Blazin', that was a good idea. And, gosh, I would hate to get the crown gaming mic. I could deal with Duke Sammy, you know. But as soon as people start calling me king, that's usually when I'm like, the only king I recognize is the one from Tekken. I would make a pretty kick-ass Duke. Okay, finally, it is time to make up a fairy tale. Once upon a time, there was a train that traveled only between two locations. It went to Anaheim and Berkeley. I don't know where those two things are on a map, but this train traveled from A to B every single day about 6 times a day. God, I really should look at a map to know where Anaheim and Berkeley are. But, this train, it knew where Anaheim and Berkeley were, but it never knew where something like San Diego was. And it would often hear passengers getting in and out, and as they would get in and out, they would mention all these other places, and they would talk about where they were going, and it was never Anaheim or Berkeley. And so the train would get sad and think, how do I get to travel? How do I get to see these other places? And the train started thinking, well, maybe if I could find a different track, then I could travel to these other places. But unfortunately, every time it looked for a different track, there was none to be found. And so the train became sad, and as it became sad, it began to rust. And as it rusted, the humans who managed the train said, well, I think it's time to retire this old engine and send it to the yard and let it rest and rust away forever. And the train got even sadder, which made the rust go bad. But what the train did not know was that when it was announced that this train would be retired, it was announced throughout all of the land, and everyone heard that this old train was finally going to bed. And so people started riding the train again. And as they were on the train, and people would say, where are you going? They would say, I'm already there. I just wanted to be on the train. I love this train, and I just want to see it one last time. And the train realized, even though it couldn't go to all these exciting places that other people were going to, this whole time, people loved it because it was a step on their journey. It was part of their adventure, and even if it was not the ending, it was still a step on the way that was important and necessary and needed. And so even if you feel like you are just another cog in the machine, always remember that without you, the machine don't work so good. The end. I guess. I never guaranteed the quality of these stories. All right. Let's get back to it. I really thought I had something for a while, so I'm glad that I got that awe out of you, because I didn't feel like it was earned. Oh man, I thought someone was about to fight me. I'm gonna save again. I know that's kind of save scumming, and a lot of people hate it. I don't hate it. I'm good with it. Oh, these are all booby traps. Interesting. Man, this could have been a very...
Oh no. I hate wolves.
I didn't realize
encounter.
The wolves, Shadowheart.
Interesting. Everything about this has become so
Hardly irrational when you see the fangs on those.
interesting.
I suppose you've noticed I'm not terribly fond of wolves.
Yeah, how do you handle
They're
Scratch?
ravenous predators with fangs like daggers. It's hardly an irrational fear to have.
How do you handle the
Been
owlbear?
decent to me so far. Maybe if you can, don't make me face any more of them. At least, not alone.
We're also not facing them. We are probably going to talk to them. Hopefully they don't fight us. Maybe I need to run away. I'm scared that I have just ruined... Every time I take a step, I'm scared that I have ruined my save file. And so we are there again, where I'm like, oh no, if I keep going forward, is this going to turn into a combat encounter, which then turns into a combat encounter with all of these thieves, which then means I can't speak to what's-his-name later when I find their other hideout? I'm just panicking over nothing. Everyone's got their own fears. I won't judge yours. That is not true of me in real life. I have been known to use people's fear of clowns against them. Only because, in my head, clowns are supposed to be funny. They're not. They're not at all. But traditionally, clowns are funny. And so when someone's like, I'm scared of clowns, I'm like, A, justified, B, hilarious, C, let's have some fun.
Really? Some might think it makes me a liability. Maybe that's what I like about you. You're different.
Aww. All right, and then these are all of the camp stuff that I could normally speak with her about if I was pursuing stronger friendships with all of my people. It's probably for the best. Well, that's okay. Let me speak to this because I realize that what I said is a terrible thing to do to people, and I recognize it in myself. I'm exclusively using people's fear of clowns against them. Because of all of the irrational fears, that one is the most irrational. Clown makeup in itself does not make something scary or evil. It is the person underneath the clown makeup who has earned anyone's fear. So to me, that's why it is the least rational of all of the fears. Every other fear I don't use against people because I can respect most of them. Someone's got a fear of public speaking. I usually don't want to force them alone in front of a group and be like, now speak to them. But if we're doing a project together, you got to pull your weight. If someone's afraid of spiders, I'm not going to like show them a spider. Heights, I'm not going to make someone get up on a high place. Like any what I say is a rational fear, I'm like, that's justified. You're golden. It's when we get into the things where I'm like, this is a dumb thing to be afraid of that I start to become a jerk in my own way. Okay.
Sharp as ever.
Truth be told, my two biggest fears are spiders and heights. Those are the two things that I dislike the most. My house is full of spiders. Not because I want spiders everywhere, but because I can't kill them.
Wheat and dark.
Interesting. Can I split her from the group and tell her to hang out over here for a minute? Like, if she's going to keep panicking, I don't really want her near us. Like, let me talk to this wolf.
Around and around again.
Yeah.
Master gets confused, I think.
Oh. Gaming mic, I need a little more context than that. I need to know how. Because... oh my god, I am so dumb today! I get it! You don't need to explain it. You didn't actually do that. You were being funny and I am dumb. Yeah, thank you. I'm catching up. There are some days when the brain don't work so good, and that's usually the days when I have to avoid the general public because they'll say something and I'll look at them like, are we speaking the same language? What is happening? And then like a minute later, it catches up and I'm like, aha, I get it now. I can't blame the game for that one though. That was all me. All me. All the dumb came out of this head.
Had a peach of a shot on you as you came in.
You were gonna shoot me? Wow. Shows I really don't know these people. Okay, it appears that there's a pathway over there, but I would have to break stuff. I would have to unlock something, so I may be coming back here to loot whatever is left behind. Okay, I thought that was a bridge. That was the screen glare on my TV. Oh my goodness. Getting stuck on stuff. Okay. Can't open it because it is locked, so we will come back to it at a later date. Will you speak to Istor?
Careful.
No stone scent. No stone sound. Strange stone here.
Every canine that I have spoken to in this game confuses me. Just sitting here like, what are you saying? Okay, Shadowheart, I know I've left you alone. How about you go explore right here? Never mind. It's probably just a booby trap that is not active right now, but, you know, I don't necessarily need her to go put herself in danger. Dang it. Yep, that's what they're saying. Okay. We're just looking around. We will meet up with Shadowheart in a minute. Don't panic, everybody. I'm coming back for her. We're not gonna leave her out here with all the wolves and the thieves. We know she gets scared. Oh, I just went in a circle. That was awesome. I discovered the circle. An elevator. So this is probably another path to the Underdark. And now I am starting to think that maybe that's how I discovered this place 2 years ago when I played. I may have just kind of accidentally wandered in and made everybody angry by stepping through the back door. I don't know though. It's been 2 years. I have forgotten most of this game. Okay. So I have explored a lot of this, and I have decided that for much of it, I will want to return later, after they have abandoned this cave. But before I do that, I do want to see if I'm allowed to buy the artist. We're going to first try to trade. So we're going to look for his other supplies, his other goods. Because we got the okay now. I want to trade.
Got some interesting stock for a friend of the family.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's me, friend of the family. Okay, so now we've got magical items, but they're all... Well, there's a blue. Medium armor is an interesting idea. But I'm pretty sure that Will has pretty much the same thing. Oh, and he restocked on instruments. So I own a lute. I don't own a violin. Who would be a good violin player? I'm thinking too much about things that don't matter. Let me take a look at the Joltry vest. I was really hoping that he had clothes. Like no armor, just clothes. But it looks like everything is armor. Because remember, I lose a lot of bonuses by putting armor on certain characters. Alright, looking at all of this, I don't really see anything that strikes me. Maybe the bow to Karlach. Maybe. This weapon deals additional damage equal to your strength modifier. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Give it to Lae'zel.
Pleasure.
She can wear that. Before I go about trying to buy a human being, gross, put that on. Which one is equipped? Ah, it's the blue. Okay, so I already had a hide armor +2, and it's already equipped. And then I don't really see anything else that looks... What were you? A finesse weapon, that's right. But I want long swords. Okay. Let's see if I can buy an artist. Let's cross those fingers and hope that this does not kick off a combat encounter. In fact, I'm going to save just in case this kicks off a combat encounter.
I doubt you've got that kind of dosh line about.
I do have that kind of dosh lying about. See, persuasion is interesting. And it's a +3. And it's a +3. So I could bring the price down, but I have 3,000 gold. I can pay the full price and we can just be done with it. And I don't have to worry about it again. I'm going to pay him the full price. I'm a monk. Money means nothing to a monk. It means something to Lae'zel. She gets mad about it, but whatever.
I can't say I've ever been bought before. How much did I fetch? No, don't tell me. There's nothing so depressing as learning one's true value.
I paid full price. You should know.
Nice to know what you've paid for. I am the Oscar Fevras, at your service.
Oh, gross. Number 3 is gross. I'm going to go with number 2. He introduced himself. I'm going to introduce myself because I've never heard of him, and I'm not so much of a jerk that I would say that I've never heard of him. I am the type of person who says, oh, introductions, and I am Sammy.
A genuine pleasure. I'm in your debt, as is my patron. My betrothed, I should say.
Oh my.
Lady Janet still wishes to marry me after our little, falling out.
Ah, curses! Curses! Every time I fail any kind of check, it doesn't change things. It might offer more dialogue options, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to say what happened. Because he already told me who his betrothed is. It's Lady Janeth. I don't need to know any more about her. She's his fiancée.
She offered me a future. And so, in a fit of madness, I told her of my past. Of the woman I'd loved before she found me. Love still.
No!
She was less than pleased.
That was the dumbest thing any human has said.
Into the countryside to paint and clear my head. To choose, I suppose.
Oh, wow. The only option is that I'm going to say is a truly horrifying dilemma because I'm not interested in getting paid. Money literally grows on trees when you're a monk. With a mod that makes money weightless, you can suddenly just pick up all the money you see. So I don't care about getting paid, and I don't think it's a horrifying dilemma. I think he said the wrong thing, and oh boy, here's some dating advice from a divorced and chronically single guy. Don't tell anyone that you still have feelings for someone else. Like, if you still have feelings for someone else, then don't date. Like, it's as simple as that. If you're dating because you think you need a rebound, don't do it. And don't tell the person you're dating, I am madly in love with someone else. What a dum-dum.
Indeed. Want to split the very soul. But I dare not dwell on it any longer, lest I weep.
You? Okay. Poor guy.
And we have your reward to consider. once I have made my way safely back to the city. Say, I don't suppose you could spare some coin, could you? Ease the discomforts of the road some.
Wow, I don't like any of these options. I wanted to tell him to just come to my camp and just travel with me for a while. Because that's the safest way to get wherever he's going and wherever I'm going. I'm pretty sure I'm going to Baldur's Gate. So, party up with me. I have 200 gold to spare, and I barely spend any money as it is. Let's just give him the last of my money.
A hero to the hilt. Seek me out in the city, truly. Beneath my
Karlak would have approved. Maybe not. She probably wouldn't have. Yeah, my dude, you were going exactly where I'm going. Alright, so let's try to remember the Xantarim basement, and we will try to get there another time. For now, it might be a pretty good idea to try to take that elevator back down to the Underdark. See if I can... Nope. Can't believe you guys almost let me get distracted like that. It's all your fault. Definitely not my fault. I need to do the thing that I wanted to do in the Nautaloid Crash Region. The whole reason we came back to the surface was not to go rescue a duke from a fire or talk to thieves. It was to go speak with Gith Yankee, and then I can get Lae'zel out of my party. I'm talking so much crap about Lae'zel. You guys should know 2 years ago when I played this game, Lae'zel was my romance option. She was the one that I decided to pursue, and my buddies on the Discord loved to show how much of a minority I was in, because I think at the time that the game came out and people had been playing it for like a couple of months, the order of romance was something like Shadowheart at number 1 by a mile, and then I think it was Asterion at number 2 with Karlak at number 3, and then somewhere towards the bottom of the list was Lae'zel, and that was the one I was, really going to bat for and being like, she's the best, she loves me. And now I'm like, no, Lae'zel, leave my body. Alright, nothing in the dead ox. We'll take the gold, because again, gold is just freely available. I didn't know you were there!
The ox tenses, horns lowered in your direction.
Great. Well, the only thing... I mean, I can back off, obviously. But I'm taking a +3. I am taking a +D4. And we're doing it. I only need a 10, so it'll... yeah, easy peasy.
His hide twitches, every muscle primed to bolt. He's terrified.
Can I calm him? Usually intimidation gives me an extra bonus because I am half-orc, but I am a monk, and I don't like to scare people just by existing. Like, I've gone through all of these years of training that we didn't get to see, and I have made myself a very good-hearted and good-natured person. We didn't get to see any of that. We started, well into my career as a monk. So I'm not going to go for the intimidation. It is, as you can see, I've got a proficiency in it. I have done it before. Good golly. The game and I think I should go for it, but we're going to go persuasion. It's only a DC of 10. Dope. I would have used inspiration. I would have used all of my inspiration.
Ox calms, his tail swishing a satisfied arc.
Nice. Aw. Come to my camp. Okay. Doesn't look like there's any treasure, but let's go ahead and get Will to have a chit-chat with him.
You're not one of them.
Dope. It's all right. What happened here?
An attack. Monsters. Little ones and taller ones. They took the shiny one. He killed many.
The shiny one. Who is the Oh, do they see the Duke as the shiny one? Or was there another ox who was disguised? Because remember, when we were in the Emerald Grove, we found an ox who had been disguised. And he got very mad at us when we discovered, and we decided not to fight him. We just decided to live and let live. Let's ask about the goblin first.
It was screaming, waving around its metal. I made him stop screaming.
Oh, does Bonnie have to go potty again? It's okay, Bonnie. You can just ask nicely. Do you know the dead ox outside?
Him? He was the biggest. No, I'm the biggest.
Oh, no. Did something crash and break? That is adorable. All right, well, there's nothing left to do with the ox. I had hoped that I could tell it to come to my camp or something. There's nothing behind it, so I don't need to move it. I like to move it. Okay. That would scare me too much, Blazin. That would send a cold shiver down my spine. Story time again, because that's what you guys come here for, right? I think it was last year. I was just doing some laundry, and I heard what sounded like the creaking of floorboards when I take a step on them. And I had that shiver that goes down your spine. Like I was convinced someone had broken into my house. I don't keep a lot of weapons, but the ones I do keep were not nearby when I heard it. And so I tensed up and I knuckled up. Like I got ready. I don't know how to fight, but I got ready to. And I stepped out of my bedroom and there was no one there. So I went and I found one of the weapons I keep in my house and I grabbed that. And then I started wandering around the house with it, checking every room, doing the thing that like in horror movies they tell you not to do. I did it with every single room. And I even yelled, "Hello?" I yelled it. I am the reason that horror movies exist. I am the person in a horror movie who gets deaded by doing something very dumb. I'm not above admitting to that.
That might be worth a look.
Yeah, it is. I mean, what are we supposed to do? Like, let the intruder stay in the house? But I would say, for, your own safety, if you are watching, if something spooks you like that, what you should do is have your phone handy in whatever position it takes to dial emergency services. That way, if you happen to run into the worst case scenario and there's someone there, all you got to do is just hit one button, and then at least a call is out. Hopefully you can speak to someone on the other side of the phone, but you've at least hit the button, and hopefully they will check on you. But yes, also locking yourself in the bathroom is another good idea. Just remember, those are hollow doors and not a challenge to get into. I don't mean to continue spooking. I don't mean to add to the spooky. We shouldn't spookify people until August at the earliest. So, I'm going to change the subject real fast, real hard, and say I own a few horror games. Not a lot. The ones I own were ones that I got from PlayStation Plus. But the key is I've never played most of them. And I've been thinking it might be fun to add those into the rotation when we get close to the autumn. Then you guys could see how easily I get spooked. Excellent. We found another spot. Every time I try to play them, I get so scared, and then I run away, and I don't want to play the game anymore. And it could happen again. It could happen again. I could be playing, and then suddenly realize this game is too scary, and then I just stop playing. Okay, hand on the right wall and explore. We found the mountain pass. I bet it's somewhere down there. What have we not seen? We have not seen this. When I watch scary movies, and this is one of those things where I have thought about this, if this channel ever blew up and I had a justification for doing like reaction style streams, I sometimes hide behind my couch during horror movies. Like, I'll get on my knees, kind of put my hands on the back of the couch, and my head is fully there so I can see what's happening. I am not keeping myself safe. But I used to do it when I was a wee little boy, and I still do it as a 40-year-old man. When things get a little too scary, I stand or kneel behind a couch, and then I can get through the rest of it. Uh-oh.
A dragon rider. My kin are near.
Where do you see a dragon rider?
Blot out the sun.
Oh, I see it too.
I tangled with a dragon once. Never forgot it.
It would be too much to hope that's nothing to do with us, wouldn't it?
Everybody's got something to say about dragons. First things first, we're going to talk to this Gith-Yankee. Maybe? We'll talk to Elika? Who are you?
What are you doing?
You are not a Gith-Yankee. I'm not going to go with 4. 4 is the one that doesn't appeal to me. I like What's the Matter. I like And Who Are You Exactly? Although that one's the least of the ones that I'm looking at. I might have been concerned had I the slightest idea who they are. Has a bit of sass and reminds me of some of the comments that I left today on videos when people were saying crap that kind of got under my skin, and then I decided to be a little too sassy, and now I kind of regret and think about deleting those particular comments. So we're just going to say, what's the matter?
What? Apart from the dragon? Look. That lot are swarming all over the bridge. I don't know what they want, but it can't be good. I'm going to find another way around. You ought to do the same. Unless you're looking for a fight, that is.
Whoops. Seems you have good survival instincts. Maybe you should join me instead.
What? Just follow you around? I go my own way. Alone.
Well, that didn't work out as I had thought it would. I was sitting here like, let's get more people in the camp. Because, again, I don't know who can be recruited, who can be invited, and who is just there for flavor as an NPC. like Halsem. I had it in my head that he was going to be recruitable. Turns out he's just someone who hangs out at camp. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I did something wrong and I should be able to play with him in my party. But whatever. The point is, who are you?
Nobody. Just another harassing fool trying to stay alive. There's plenty of us around.
All right, well, I can't say anything else to her.
That's it. I'm getting out of here.
Where are you going? Can I follow? Will she get mad? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna follow her. Is she teleporting? No. Maybe? No. Is she going to town? No, she vanished. I let her get too far away. Okay, maybe I'll run into her again one day. The point is, we have found more Githyanki. We know that they are down on the bridge. Oh.
Drop your weapons!
I'll
And-
feed your innards to the ants before I do that, Istik.
This is your last chance!
No, look up. That was your last chance, Istik. Now burn!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't want to fight a dragon. Oh. I hope she didn't die. All right, well, it looks as though the path with the bridge
Time, Beretta.
is done.
You're not here to play with the locals.
Of course, Kithrak. We merely sought to...
No excuses. Question, kill, then move on. Find the weapon.
The weapon.
Watches us. Fail her at your peril.
The weapon.
I envy its knight. Would that I rode such a steed. A crash must be near. Come, my kin await.
And we'll just pat the dragon on the head, I suppose?
The dragons serve Githyanki. I'll see it does you no harm. Follow me. We are close to the cure we seek.
I might have made a mistake. Ah, curses, I made a mistake! Okay, well,
We must speak.
I'm gonna follow her because I don't want to lose a member of my party.
Ryder, my time is short. Lead me to...
Shh. Such a familiar tone. Were I not merciful, I would slice the skin clean from your meat. Yet you are not bleeding. For I am nothing if not merciful. Your name, child.
I hear you. I don't want them, like, burning down my house, but be cool to see some dragons flying about. Lae'zel says she's got this handled. Let's see if she can do it.
Lae'zel. Proud. Regal, even. You will call me Gestil Kithrak.
Voss, Knight Supreme. The Queen's silver, the Queen's sword.
I am who you say. A Geich vessel has fallen from the sky, Lae'zel. Thieves aboard have taken a weapon most precious. It is polyhedric in shape and inscribed with the sacred runes of our people.
You suddenly feel a strange anxiety take hold. Not your own, but that of the artifact you carry.
I shouldn't have brought Shadowheart. I needed a healer!
You attune your mind to it. The artifact does not want to fall into the Gith Raiders' hands any more than it does the Absolute followers.
Take word to your creche. You are to join our search. Speak up, child. Affirm your mandate.
Okay. This sucks, but we're gonna try to, we're gonna hope that Lae'zel stays loyal to us, because it is time to be 100% honest with you. I finished Act 1 2 years ago, and when I was playing, I was like, there's a lot of stuff that I left behind that I'm going to come back to, including finding the Githyanki Crash. And as soon as I found them, Lae'zel turned on me and became an enemy. And I was so flabbergasted that I never came back to that save. I was like, this was my romance partner. This was the person I had been pursuing, and she's now my enemy? Like, what happened? So we're going to see if I can keep her loyal. No, let me have more. Whatever. Ooh, yeah, it's a good thing we got some inspiration to burn. Because we can't go higher than 4. Good. Okay. And now we can earn back another point of inspiration.
You honor me with this duty, Kithrak. I shall alert my caretaker with haste.
The Kithrak nods, content with Lae'zel's answer.
You serve your queen well, child. Take your slaves and hunt those who escaped the gith ship. They must carry the weapon.
I fly now to Vlaakith, our undying queen. She will see your faith rewarded in this plane and ours.
To Danos! To the sky!
Dang it! Again, it doesn't matter that I failed some of these checks, it's just a little more flavor text. And in a role-playing game, in a role-playing world, I like the flavor text. Alright, well, the good news is we did not lose Lae'zel, and when we go back to camp, we are going to replace her with Karlach.
Damn it all! You did well to intervene, vexed as I am to admit it. The distilled Kithrak would have flayed our skin and left our carcasses to burn in the sun. All for the sake of the artifact that we carry. The crash is near, this much we know. We follow the path forward and into the valley. No one, not even the ignoble Gestil Kithrak, will keep me from my purification.
Dang it. Well, I'm sorry, because you're not getting it from him. Oops, I want the pear. Let me over. And is there anything left around here? Still looking for treasure. Okay. I don't know what Kithrak Voss is because he flew away. This is the Mountain Pass, and this is the Githyanki Crash. Maybe we can come back and do all of this because I am going back to the Underdark. I have zero interest in going that particular path. What I am a little bit interested in is this black area, this undiscovered region of the map. And then we're just going to teleport back to the Underdark and continue our exploration. And I'll show you what I have explored and the area that I didn't know what to do with. So if you wanted to give me a hint or tell me if it was important and I should go back to it, that would be your chance to do it. For now, we are making our way back. All right. What did they have hiding up here? They have a heavy chest. No one around to get mad at me. Yeah, I'll take it all. Eventually, I'm going to get encumbered, and I'm going to have to give my stuff to Karlach. But it does make me want to download a mod to get rid of carry limits and restrictions. But again, just using the gold mod has turned off trophies, and it's very tempting to start a new campaign with no mods. But that's not what we're doing.
Risen Road, closed due to inclement weather. Seek marked detour.
Okay. I doubt I can make this jump. Yeah. Looking at this, I probably need to get above the goblin camp again, which is fine. There's usually 1 or 2 goblins over there. They're not worth a lot of experience, but it is kind of fun at this level to just wipe the floor with a few goblins and go about our day as though nothing happened. This might get me back to the goblins. Let's take a quick look. Nope, it does not. It is just a little area on the map made specifically to confuse me.
The traitor Kithrak takes great interest in this relic of yours, Shadowheart. Or should I say, weapon?
Oh, they're not. Where Shadowheart talk?
Nothing.
Thank you.
I assume your kin are just as misguided as you are.
Okay, that was the gentle reminder that I needed to head back to camp, kick Lae'zel out, and put Karlach back in. I want the party that I like to have. Lae'zel is a really great character. I like her as a fighter. I find her fascinating as a character. She's not conducive to the character I'm building.
Are you sure that's the best course of action?
I am positive. Get mad.
Confirmed. Until then, I remain at the ready.
Good. But you got yourself a brand new bow. Speaking of, I need to give her
Contraption's a hot ticket item. Might not be our last scrap for its sake.
I'm going to give her the crossbow that I got. Come on, we're heading out. Yes. Then let's just make sure. Okay, I don't see anything saying that she needs to level up, but let's find. I'm looking for the crossbow. There it is. And we are giving it to Karlach.
What's the story?
Because looking at her equipment, she just has a regular old crossbow. Nothing that interesting or exciting. Whereas this one, if she aims for a ranged person, she has the chance of casting Bane on them. And I often switch to range just to keep the rage preserved. I don't know if that's true. Like if maybe I have a fundamental misunderstanding of combat in this game. But I thought that when you attacked with ranged, you could preserve your rage. That you just had to attack. Or take damage. We'll come back to that. If everybody's failing on a survival check, I'm curious what it could be. I think that over here there's going to be another combat encounter. So let's just quick save real fast. Whoops. There's a book right there. I think I hear them. There's a lot of blood. See, I thought the knoll... There we go. There they are. Hyenas.
Beast reeks of brimstone and awful. Every breath is thick with blood.
Good call. Good call on everything. We'll sit up straight.
Comes next before you see the sharp snapping of bones and a yelp of pain as her body starts to twist and undulate.
Oh boy. This is probably going to start another fight, but we're going to do it. Like, in my head, we need to end its suffering. And why is no one giving me guidance? I don't need their guidance, that's why.
You land a swift strike against her skull. She yelps, then goes still. Whatever horrific creature was growing inside the hyena dies along with her.
Maybe I should have let it sprout, and maybe that would have given us some information about whatever this thing is. Dope. Love that. All right, Will. We are going to do what you normally do, which is start off with one of these guys. There's another one that's bloated. It looks like it's got 2 turns before it bursts. All of these are bloated. Okay. So there's only one that's attacking. The rest are going to become a problem. And we got that one. Go ahead and... Yeah, stay back for now. Sammy's going to come in and try to finish this dude off. Weird. Yeah, we'll do the luck. And then... Okay, that one's dead. That one is still going. Do I use a key point? No. Yeah, like, I've got 2 more attacks, and I don't want to use them. I should have, but I don't wanna. Okay, so she didn't kill it. These things are probably gonna pop, and we're gonna get to see what they were hiding. What kind of bloated monstrosity is underneath the surface. Oh, good. They didn't. I thought they were gonna pop. All right, we'll take out the other bloated one first. Good. And then this one.
They do have a way of popping up when least expected.
Okay, that's not it.
The smell of blood will draw trouble.
Oh, these are completed. All right, I have no idea what the Curse Breaker quest was. Maybe I finished it? Maybe it's up here somewhere? No? We'll never know! We'll never know. Oh well. I collected a bunch of hyena ears. Maybe I should collect more. I'm not gonna. No to that. No to speaking. No to the severed head. This time. Maybe another time we'll want to take some severed heads with us. Take everything. See, I'm hoping that they'll have a parasite, but they don't. All right, shipment orders. Deliver the chest to me unopened. Read the first sentence again. Deliver the chest to me unopened. Open it, and I will know, because you will be dead. This is not a threat. This is what will happen to you if you open the chest. In F. And then we'll take all of our sausages. Remember, salami can be a weapon. There's a dead knoll. See, now I want to, like, look for a chest and see if I can open it. Got a lot of food on the ground.
Looks empty.
And I bet I could pick up some of those pumpkins and all that other stuff. But what I really wanted to do was just take a look at that portion of the map. I feel satisfied with it. We can check this portion next. We never found whatever the treasure was. Whatever they were carrying with them, someone else got to it. Maybe the Thieves Guild. They were pretty intense about their box. Speaking of, I could go back to that cave, and I'm sure that they are not around, and anything that's in that cave could be picked at without being counted as thievery. But I don't think it's going to be worth it to go there. Okay. So that connects to the village. And so our last thing, I think, was one of these two. Someone failed a survival check. 2 people failed survival checks. So I want to head back over in that general region. Oh, what are you? Interesting. I've never seen this either.
What's that?
Come on. I don't understand moving objects. Target is too far. Why? Okay. Do I have to... That makes me so angry. That makes me so angry. Okay. We'll pick up the bloodstone. That was all that I was doing, I guess. Where are you taking me? This pathway that I have never seen before. Oh, I have seen it before. Okay. I just didn't know that that portion of it existed. And now I feel very cool. It is a roundabout way to get to this portion of the map, but I like that it exists. I saw a few other places where I could climb upwards, but I think there's only one place where I could have crossed the river. Okay, anything here? Does not look like it. All right, that's fine. That's fine. I didn't need anything. I didn't need any of it. I'm perfect. I'm doing great. It's them who need me. Okay, nothing there. There's lots of free shovels in this game, so I'm a little embarrassed that I ended up buying one. But they just kept, you know, giving me piles of dirt that I couldn't actually dig up. Anybody else? Guess not.
Scratches that size. Something powerful made these.
I don't know what he's talking about. He mentions scratches. She just...
Some natural phenomenon.
I don't know what we're talking about, guys. Ugh. That looks like it's walkable terrain. Okay, well, that was all I needed to know. I thought there would be a connecting path. Clearly there was not. So let's fast travel to the goblin camp. If we get in a fight, great. If we don't, great. I'm not worried about it either way. I hear dudes. Oh. I could pick up a severed leg. Maybe I can find someone to sell it to. Whew. All right. I want to get over there. But I don't know how. I thought the ladder was going to do it. Yes, you can. Use it now. Then I thought the statue would do it. Now I think the vines will do it. Alright, we are going to get in a fight very soon. So I'll just save really quickly just in case the fight surprises us. Ooh, okay. Both of these are going to Asterion. Dang it. I hit the wrong freaking button again. I hit all the wrong buttons again. I hit all wrong buttons all the time. That's what I'm best at. There. Okay, let's climb the next one if I can get through all of this. Oh, I thought that was another vine to climb. Alright, well, I'm still trying to figure out how to get up there where all those red dots are. So don't mind me. It might... No, I don't see a ladder going higher. The idea that I have is maybe I can find a ladder that takes me even higher up these towers. Maybe not. Let's go inside. I could steal a broom. Everybody wants brooms. How do I get up to where those other gerblins are hiding? That is the mystery that I seek to solve. The mystery of the other gerblins. I see stairs. Maybe stairs lead to a ladder? Stairs did not lead to a ladder. Nothing there. I'll check, but I don't think that there is a ladder. Yeah, no ladder. Okay, okay. Nothing that way. No, that might be a bad idea. I have an idea, but it might be a bad one. This was not part of the bad idea. This was part of, if I'm honest, what I thought was a good idea. I was like, I've seen this guy wandering around over and over again. I might as well blast him a few times. Like that. Then I don't have to see him ever again. Let's go ahead and lockpick. Give me some guidance, please. It's an easy one. Did it. Oh. I let myself get distracted. I'm sorry, everybody. I saw an email saying that there was a meetup in Madrid, and I was like, I don't have a passport. I hope you're not expecting me to meet up. Alright, that was worthless. I've never seen what's along this path, obviously. So we are going to go down and check it out. But I'm still trying to find how to get to that upper floor where those 3 goblins were hiding. Let me have the treasure. Let me have the treasure. There. Take that, and that. Send that to Astarion. I'll be surprised if I do a lot of gameplay with Astarion. Because my monk is dexterity based. So I don't really need him there for like lockpicking or anything else. Okay, let's see if I can jump. And what is over here?
Be wary. This place is trapped.
Please don't blow the trap up before I have a chance. They sometimes, while I'm doing these rolls, they go in and they destroy what I'm working on. Yeah, we're going to use the inspiration. It wouldn't have mattered, but where is my guidance? And why? There. Doesn't matter. I don't need their guidance anymore. Gross. Okay, so that letter smelled of piss. And well, that's why I said it was gross. But it looks like I found some goblin's special hidey hole. And I imagine I've already killed them. Because I don't... Well, there's still like 3 goblins left. Okay. Pick up just about everything. Scrolls go to Gale. That is alcohol, right? Yes. And the axe will go to Karlak, but she has a better great axe currently equipped. So I'm really just grabbing that in case I need it for Gale. But he hasn't been hungry for a while. And maybe he won't be hungry again. He complained that his addictions are a little too powerful now. He was like, it's not helping. You're feeding me these magical items and it doesn't help. And I was like, all right, cool. Then stop eating them. Okay. So we checked that out. Now, remember what I was doing is I wanted to take this ladder. This might not work, but it is... Yeah, it's not going to work. Dang it! It was not a great idea, it turns out. It was kind of a bad idea. But the idea that I had was I was going to jump to the wall and then try to use that to climb up to the higher wall and get to where I'm trying to get to. Because I don't know how to get up any higher in here. I took that ladder, and it wouldn't let me get up to those goblins. Is there a ladder on this side that will allow me... Okay. I think we did it. I think we found what I'm looking for. I'm going to let everybody else climb the vines, and then we'll go pick a fight. All right, let's go. Let's go pick a fight. Let's go start some stuff with these guys. They're going to see me and immediately want to fight me. Oh, they're sleeping. All right. I can ignore them.
Walls barely holding together.
I can attack the wall. That might kick off a combat encounter. And all of them are just sleeping away. And I'm glad that they're just sleeping, because then I can get through without worrying about stuff. I thought... There we go.
Oh, heck.
Whoops!
That's bad. You crash about like a drunken ogre.
Sorry!
I'll rip your tongue. Break your legs. Make you quiet.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
He's not going to like it because I've killed everybody around here, so I could just attack, but I am going to go immediately into intimidation because I think he's a bugbear, and while they are a semi-intelligent race, they tend towards violence, and it might be a good idea to meet violence with violence. But then again, deception. All right, I'm going to go persuasion. Why not? If I get in a fight, I get in a fight. I'm really not worried about it. I'm not getting in a fight. Unless somehow I manage to turn this into a fight.
Drink will help me to sleep again.
Okay. Let's find... I could give him a poison. I'm gonna try it. Because again, I can take him. Give him 1. What? I have to sell it to him? All right, what's my cheapest wine? He can't even buy that. It's a 3 gold wine. There's a 2 gold wine. There. Or a 1 gold wine.
What did you bring for me? Good. Go now. And do not wake me again.
All right, well, how do I get down then?
You crash about like a drunken ogre. Break your legs.
We're going to have this conversation over and over again because I'm jumping down.
Authority.
I think Shadowheart's just going to attack. Because if I'm honest with you, I'm done with this song and dance. I'm kind of embarrassed that I gave him even 1 thing of alcohol. So, let's see. He's too close, which sucks. I want to give him disadvantage on his next attack roll since he and his buddies go right away. Good. Okay, that was all I needed. I'm not going to use my bonus action. I'm just going to hold off on a lot of stuff. Here come the drunken gerblins. Hellish rebuke that. Deflect, please. Send it on back. Yeah. These guys are not worth it. I think I'm at level 5 and they are at level 3. So I'm not going to fly into a rage. I'm going to hold off. I probably should because I think I'm going to end up... Well, we'll see what happens. And what are your bonuses? I could push. Nah, I want him to stay next to me.
Blood comes easy these days.
Sammy, you cannot reach your destination. Can you jump in between these two dudes? Thank you. Let's introduce him to our fists and his buddy. Yeah, it's not worth using spell slots, even though I did with 2 of my dudes, and I'm going to again with Shadowheart. Jump down here. And because Will decided to get punched in the face real hard, we're going to use a level 1 Cure Wounds. It's not enough, like even if I got the maximum amount, it would not bring him back up, but I'm not too worried about it. I was thinking about just doing a short rest after this battle, so we'll find out. Okay, now we get to use the spell I like to use, Toll the Dead, where if someone has some damage done to them already, I get to throw 2 D12s at them. If they are at full health, it's 2 D8s. So I usually try to hit them with something else first. But he is ripe for... I hate missing. I hate missing! Oh, that person fell back asleep. I'm good with that. I should fight the drunk more often. That'll be the end of that. Punch them in the face. Head up to the sleeper.
Cutting to the chase.
And then... I can't... They say not enough movement. Let's see how much I can get. Because that seems so close. Oh well. Yep, counter spell, please. So I don't know if sorcerers get their spell slots back from resting, because I'm gonna have to do a short rest. Of course they get it from a long rest. The question is, do they get it from a short rest? That's fine, that was fine. It wasn't perfect, but it was fine. Will, get your finely toned butt over here. Why are you not moving? There we go. Toll the Dead. He keeps missing. It's making me angry. He keeps missing, and I think he's doing it on purpose. Hoop yourself. Okay, I don't know why. There we go. I was like, I don't even see the line on the ground. We'll do a ranged attack. It's very close. But it nearly did the job. Excellent. Now we can jump around without anyone... Whoops, I should have sent that to Gale. Without anyone yelling at us for being too noisy. Can I get my wine back? There it is. Let's go ahead and grab that. And we'll grab that.
Dogs are barking. Can we rest?
Oh, good point. Yes, Karlak, we can. Short rest. And then save. Again, I don't know. Oh, he got both of his spell slots back.
Let's get going.
That's awesome. Right now, I'm really only using his spell slots on things like, well, the Hellish Rebuke. Sometimes I use... He's got a pretty powerful spell that I like to use, and it hits like 3 or 4 dudes. But if I have a spellcaster, I end up saving his spell slots because I'm like, I want to counterspell. I want to hit him with something else. I forgot all about that goblin. Okay, the bridge across is out. I'm hoping to find a pathway to go even higher up. But, you know, I can also punch this wall. How can it be sturdy? I just saw something that said it was weak. Do I have to go and find an explosive barrel, carry it all the way over there, and blow it up? I think I answered my own question, and I don't like the answer to my own question. Don't tell me it's too far. Do I really have to pick it up and move it multiple times? I think I do. Let's get on this side of it. It's getting close. Whoops. Move to is me moving to it. Okay, and now, I get a hydrate because as you watch, you are earning beard hairs and you can be like Blazin', get me to do things like sit up straight. Oh man, that feels good on my back. Or take a sip of water. It's as delicious as a short rest. Okay, everybody over here. Let's switch to Shadowheart and send your firebolt right there. I don't think it worked. Dang it. All right, Blazin', I hope you have a good evening and I hope you sleep well. And yeah, I hope to see you again tomorrow. As for the rest of you, you are stuck with me for like another 50 minutes or so. And I don't know how to get here or over here. Those were the two things that I could see on the map that I could not figure out how to get to. I can't jump far enough to get to this side, and I can't jump high enough to get up here. Not that I would know what to do if I did get up here. So, with that all said and done, I feel pretty good about heading back to the Underdark. Let me make my face disappear. I think I wanted this one. We'll find out together when we get here. All right, this was not the one I wanted. I know where we are. I know where we are. We want this one. I don't know what we want. I'm going to make my face disappear for a little bit. Forgive my camera being off. I need... Aha! The one that says Underdark is the Underdark. Gosh, I'm so smart. You guys don't even know. You don't even know how smart I am. All right, so I opened up this. What I'm going to do is save, because I need to split Sammy from the group and see what happens if he goes to the front door. That's what I was afraid of! That's what I was afraid of! Stop it!
What's that?
Okie dokie.
Not a chance I'll fit in there.
And I have no idea how I'm going to get the rest of my party over here. Because I'm out of short rests. Okay, Sammy, stay put. Will, let's take a look at this direction. Nope, that'll kill me. The idea that I had was maybe I could like jump down or climb down. But I think it'll spot me and it will kill me. So, let's run through danger. And at worst, we'll head back and go to camp. And hopefully survive. Ag! Okay, everybody survived.
Still alive, so that's progress.
Okay, we found a staff. Yeah, pick it up. It's probably just a common staff, but, you know. Ugh, it's so annoying. Alright. We're taking a long rest because I have no more short rests available and I got my butt handed to me. Okay, good. Before I go to sleep, I'm going to check with Gale just to see if he is hunched over. Because if he's hungry, I gotta feed him. I don't want him to explode in my camp. That's right, they hang out up here. He is not hunched over, so we are golden. So I am just here to rest. Let's autofill. Looks like we're gonna eat a lot of cheese and condiments and some wines. Well, let's do it. Full rest. All to get one spell slot back and a bunch of hit points, I guess. Indeed. Okay. I don't know how to turn off that booby trap, and that makes me sad. But taking a look at the map, we're gonna hang to the right. What are you? Okay. There's another one up here. This is a very large area. That, or I am hallucinating, and I am not actually... Yeah, I'm not traveling upwards anymore. Okay, so that marker that's at the top middle of the screen, I cannot actually get to. That's as high up as I can go. So this is another pathway up, and this is another temple. Okay. As I promised, I went into the Underdark. I went over here, fought a beholder, came through this area, found a few items, did not find a pathway down. Instead, I found a pathway up to what seemed like another area for a hag. It had the same door, it had all that stuff, but I couldn't get in. And so I'm wondering if by killing Ethel, this may have been her second hideout, and I can't get into it because now she's dead. I don't know. If I am wrong, you can tell me. I am not opposed to getting gentle hints as to things I have missed. But then I went over here and found some booby traps. There they are. There's the two of them, plus a few more inside. I opened the door, but I made it to this arcane tower, And when I opened the door, I saw all those booby traps and turned around and teleported away. So I did collect a couple of things over here, but I never found anything to turn off the booby traps. So if I am missing something at the Arcane Tower, feel free to let me know. So we've got a hag's hideout over here that I haven't done anything with because I don't know what to do. And the Arcane Tower, which I haven't done anything with because of booby traps. That's our current status in the Underdark. And now we are exploring this way. Hopefully we find something, but if we don't, I'm not too worried about it. Okay. So again, I am kind of hanging to the right. I don't have necessarily a reason to hang to the right. Don't need a torch. Looks like that is a dead end. Those mushrooms appear on the mini-map, and that always, you know, makes me curious. Like, why are there mushrooms on the mini-map? Are they a surface?
The air is thick with spores. They must thrive in the dark.
Oh no! What are you, Minotaur? Alright, well, I don't know why, but we are fighting these Minotaurs. Minotaurs? I have no idea what the plural for Minotaur is. I'm not going to use my Scorching Ray. I'm using my Eldritch Blast. Both shots. Wow, they are tough. 84 hit points. I have no idea where his buddy is. This time I am using dash, so I can at least get 2 punches in and get him right up here into the fight. Nice. Yeah, let's be lucky. Nothing left to do, so we'll do nothing. Yeah, let's go for it. Nice. Alright. That's the end of her turn. Let's get Karlach in here. And yeah, let's use that crossbow of yours. Even though, you know, he won't get Bane because he's not equipped with a crossbow. But I still want to do damage to anyone I can. Alright, let's find out where the other Minotaur is. He mad. Okay, it looks like he's running away from us. Maybe? I doubt that I can see him from here, but I'm gonna try. Yeah, I can't see him. So he's out of visual range. Sammy could get there with a shadow step again, or a step of the wind, rather. I might do that, because he's clearly running to something. And I don't want him to get there. It's fine. It's fine. Go as far as you can.
Let's see what we have here.
That's fine. That's what I thought would happen.
It's hot in here.
I'm gonna kind of have her hang to the edge because maybe, yeah, she can see. Nice. And one more again. Double nice. Did she Bane him? Nice. I didn't think she could. I thought he had to be equipped with a crossbow. But whatever. Ah. Ugh. Okay, well, we just discovered that minotaurs are a lot more dangerous than I thought they were. Let's hit them with Fireball. It's, 2d10 if it hits. I'll take it. I have to take it. Karlak, how about a level 2 healing word? Just to keep you up. We'll go Toll the Dead, because when it hits hard. But it apparently doesn't hit often. I think you're gonna have to get back. Oh, nice, I can make it. One more again. Very good. And now, just a regular old unarmed strike. Alright, that's good enough. Grab that axe and hit him. Now I'm worried that he could push and kill someone. Or he dies and doesn't get to push and kill anyone.
What's happening?
I don't know what's happening. I'm trying not to think about it. But it stopped. So you guys stop thinking about it. We'll just grab those, leave the skull, and save. Well, short rest and save.
And alert.
Because I do know what I am walking into. We're walking into a settlement. Unlike any settlement you may have seen before. But I don't know where the front door is, and I think they prefer that I go through the front door. I think I might end up starting a fight by going the way I am currently going, but we'll find out! We'll find out! Why did we fail a perception check? Why didn't anyone else roll a perception check?
Be wary. This place is trapped.
Don't! Being able to see a trap doesn't do anything for my party. They will still walk right into it. Happily. Of course, I also walked right into the trap. That should work. Yeah. Okay, so this was a booby-trapped direction. That probably means that this is not the way I should be going. But when has that ever stopped me from pursuing a bad idea? Okay, we found a storehouse.
What in the nine hells is that?
They're coming. They're coming.
Who is coming? I think I'm going to go the monk route and still my thoughts to this new voice. Hopefully that means I can listen to it, and because the very next option is ignore the voice, and I would rather listen to it.
This might be some devil's ploy. Don't listen to it.
They're coming. You're coming.
Do they want me to leave? I don't have to be in your storehouse. I'll leave. I'll leave. I don't want to start a fight with something that can speak to my head. Like, speak directly into my brains. So, we'll just do a quick save. Because again, the goal is not to start fights with strangers. I'm not a murder hobo. I'm just a dude trying to walk around the environment. Okay, let's give all of the scrolls to Gale. And I think I'm going to give myself the potions and toxins and all that other stuff. But I'm going to leave... Will it not let me pick up? Okay, there we go. I'm going to leave the daggers. They're good for throwing, but I usually try to stay light. What just happened? I've lost my mind.
Broken bones. Must have fallen.
That is insidious. I know why they've fallen. So it took control of my character. I was not moving. It was running up, and I imagine if it had worked all the way, I would have run to the edge and then jumped off a cliff and had no control over my character in doing so. So I don't know what did that to me. Give this to Asterion, pick up a potion of healing. Let's head back down. I gotta find the people in charge of all of this. Oh, curses! And there's a million of these exploding mushrooms, and then the mushrooms that take away my control. All I wanted to do was talk to whoever is in charge over here. And they don't seem all that interested in me. So I'm just going to force my way in. If that means that I get blasted again, as I just did. Will, did you just kill yourself? No. Okay. So down there, the red ones explode, and the striped ones seem to take away my control. When I played this like 2 years ago, I was playing as a druid who was the mushroom type of druid. And so I was able to like have a conversation with the mushrooms. And none of these things exploded on me. They were like, okay, we will take you in and you can come in. And now everything's just exploding on me and I don't know how to come back.
Looks empty.
That's fine. Not everything has to have treasure. Okay. We found a sword that I am definitely going to try to use.
Slender drow blade impales the stone before you, keeping a silent vigil.
I got +1 from strength and -1 from religion, so we're gonna go strength. Again, I'm a dexterity person, so I should give this to Karlach to do. What I should do is give it to the person who's going to equip the sword. But then I have to go back to camp, and that's no fun. Let's use our inspiration and try one more time, and then I'm going to switch over to Karlach. Yeah, we're going to switch to Karlach.
No matter how you grip or tug, the sword remains firmly lodged in the stone.
Yeah, screw that. I might as well do the religion check because I can have everybody go through and try to do the same 2 things. Ooh, get a nat 20.
This blade was a warrior's sacrifice to Illustray. Blood can only be honored with blood.
Interesting. Okay, then yeah, if I know the solution, let's solve the riddle. I'm not like
Script inscribed on the blade flickers and glows.
interesting.
It rises from the stone, hanging in the air in silent offering.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a quest for Shadowheart. I was like, what? No. So, we've got this new sword. It is going to Lae'zel, but I wanted to take a quick look. Oh, I remember this sword. It's a singing blade, and whoever uses it can use the sword's inherent magic, and it will do its magic, but I think you have to do it like once, and then you have to do a long rest to recover. I don't know. I didn't get a lot of time to play with it way back in the day. Let's give the violin to Gale. No, to Astarion. But we're looking for an instrument for Gale and Lae'zel. You know, in case we wanted to start our band. Okay. Well, we found a sword, and we found a lot of mushrooms. I think it is time to put Shadowheart in the front and see if we can attack these mushrooms. Apparently attacking the mushroom is enough to fire off its spores. Let's save. I'm looking for more spores. Might as well pick up crystals and all that other fun stuff. Because again, I know that this is a settlement. I know that there are intelligent creatures on the other side of whatever this is. The issue is, will they be upset if I protect myself by blowing up all of this stuff? And we're gonna find that out by blasting one of these mushrooms. Alright, we didn't go into initiative, so that's probably a good sign.
Careful. Even the mushrooms down here can't be trusted.
Yar. Alright, I think they all went away. Let's... I was kind of hoping that that would start a chain reaction as well, but I'm not shocked that it didn't. Okay. Let's save if they let me. But like they said, the mushrooms themselves cannot be trusted. But they are intelligent. So I have to be careful about all the stuff I'm blowing up. Because eventually I will run into mushroom people. Alright, Sammy, take the point. Take the point. Take point. Because I want you to be the one who speaks for the party. There they are. And they're yellow. They're not, hopefully they're not going to fight me.
Turbulent music. Through one creature sing many voices. The harmony of
It's such a great design. I love it.
Sovereign, he has come. He
rises above the others, brassy and commanding.
I am sovereign.
You see a vision. Your lifeless body wrapped in fungal tendrils. The sovereign is threatening you.
Is it?
State your purpose.
I guess it is. Let's see. So I've got a bunch of ways to fight them. But I could also tell them the truth, or I could try to connect psychically. I could lie and say I'm seeking adventure. That is not my mission. The insight is interesting. But I think that I would rather be honest. I have, like... Someone threatening you is not always a reason to fight them. Sometimes people make threats because they're scared. In particular, think of animals. Anytime an animal is cornered, they'll hiss and spit. They're not saying, I specifically want to fight you. They're saying, I am scared and you have scared me. So I'm going to try to enter this scenario with honesty and see what happens.
Fungal roots weave through your mind, seeking your true intent. Then the sovereign drones a new melody, cautious but welcoming.
Dope. That's all I needed.
Bend neither skin nor spirit, but we still might commune. Descend to me. Let us speak in flesh.
The persistent music coaxes you forward. The sovereign expects you.
I love the mushroom people. I think the design is incredible. I think all of them are really great to look at. I think the quest...
Glaze the grotesque creature's face and
Don't
body.
call it grotesque.
Drifts into your mind as you gaze upon the misshapen servant.
I don't...
Leave this one. Come to me. We must speak.
Okay, so I can't talk with the rest of them. Eventually, they will let me speak to them as individuals. In particular, there is one individual that I will need to speak to. I can teleport back here if needed. So that's good as well. Oh, I got some haste spores.
What is the creature doing to those corpses?
What happened to Thula? Don't. Okay.
Her condition is familiar. Poison, derived from a wild weed common to the Underdark.
Interesting.
She needs an antidote soon, most likely held by the poisoner.
I don't know if an elixir of poison resistance would help. Who did this to you?
Slashed me.
I'm going to try a medicine check. I've got advantage. I've got +2 from wisdom. I've got +1 from forbidden knowledge, which I don't know what that means. It might be the book that I took. But I've got these things and guidance. I think I'm going to try a medicine check. And we'll grab the guidance. Remember, this is advantage. The higher of these two numbers is the one we're going to go with. Dope. I'll take it every day.
Like dwarves, Dwergar have innate resistance to poison, and thus no need for intricate brews. Though deadly if left untreated, the poison can be cured by the antidote or natural remedies.
Do I know any natural remedies? I really don't want to make promises that I can't keep, but I'm going to.
Not going anywhere.
I hope you survive this, Thula. I don't know who you are, but man, I hope you make it. There's the Sovereign.
Stroke the corpse at its feet. A droning melody greets you as the creature turns its gaze to you.
Flesh talker, I show you a memory. Watch and listen.
Will do.
Violent vision grips you. Dwegar, dark dwarves chopping myconid remains.
They broke our peace. They killed our young.
I love the
Sovereign song slows to the pace
the bold words.
It is still in mourning.
Oh.
Laid waste to many, but intruders remain. Lakewood.
Okay.
The sovereign song halts as it measures your worth.
My worth is high.
Resolve. You will find Dwegar invaders near Lake's Edge. Cleanse the rot. Destroy them.
Dwegar invaders. We can manage that. Better than picking this fight, surely.
Obviously. Sure. I can handle those Dwegar nearby. I might want to ask why, but he might not know why. The Sovereign might be like, we were just chilling, living our fungal life, and then they all showed up and started chopping away. And so there was no communication. There's no point in asking why were you attacked when the attacker may not have told you why you were attacked. So I think it's better to just say, I'm going to handle it.
An illusion comes over you. A Dwegar choking on a cloud of gleaming dust.
Accept this gift. It will help you exterminate.
Excellent. What's the gift? What'd you give me?
The Sovereign gifts you one more vision. A wall of vines parting to reveal glowing light.
Interesting.
Witches of magic and mind. Cleanse the rot, and they are yours.
Neat.
Do the circle a service. We will await word.
All right, I don't want to ask either of those other questions. But this is fantastic. Oh, I'm happy. All right, so there is another mushroom who I can speak to. And possibly even temporarily recruit. Who is Blurg, the traitor?
Visitor, you're a welcome sight. But let us observe the customs of the locals.
I'm glad.
His voice spills into your skull.
Does he have a...
Connecting mind to mind.
No, it's the spores. I thought it was the worm.
Proud member of the Society of Brilliance at your service. Or perhaps not. Your mind is far more complex than that of the fungi.
That's because I'm not a fun guy. I've never heard of the Society of Brilliance. I'm not gonna...
Understandable. We are small in number and rarely stay in one place for long. My colleagues and I are working to improve conditions in the Underdark. This need not be such a dire, hostile place.
Neat. I like him already.
Curious to find a surface dweller here. What has brought you down so deep?
Wow, I hate all of these options. I guess I did kind of get lost down here. I had a vague idea of where I was going, and I went in that direction. I don't collect mushrooms to sell on the surface, and I imagine that that would make him not like me. He's hanging out with the mushroom people, and so he might rat me out if I'm lying to him. And then there is honesty. Just straight, flat honesty. Which we're gonna do. A mind flayer infected me with a tadpole.
Truly remarkable. But why come to the Underdark, where they hold so much power?
I'm gonna explain the whole story. I love Blurg, and I cannot tell you why. I have no idea why I encountered this particular hobgoblin and decided to be like, we are besties now. But it has happened, and we are going to see this through to the end.
You were infected by an illithid tadpole? It's a miracle you're still intact. You must be worried sick, but have no fear. I have a friend who may be able to assist. Omelium!
I hope this is important, Blurg. My Zirkwood samples need constant attention.
Who are you?
This adventurer has an illithid tadpole inside his head, but he hasn't turned.
No cell morphosis. That's impossible.
Whoa! That was unexpected.
Extracted.
Oh, golly, 1 and 3 are the answers. So yes, absolutely, I would love to have it extracted. Or an illithid is your friend? How is that possible? That is the one that boggles my mind the most, so I'm going to say it.
I have broken free from the Elder Brain's yoke. I no longer serve the grand design.
That's awesome.
Refrain from violence. While I respect that your opinion of my kind may not change.
Of your kind? Yes, you are correct. But I like you. I don't know who you are, but I like you. What is the grand design?
A collective quest to eliminate the gith and enslave all other humanoids. If that settles matters for the time being, would you like a diagnosis?
Yeah, I like both of these guys.
Let us see what lurks within.
I didn't get this far 2 years ago when I played this game. I think I deceived him. I think I lied and said I was selling the mushrooms, or I told him I was lost. I kept the tadpole to myself, and I had no idea that he was besties with a mind flayer. Yep. Let's let him search my mind.
As the Meloan's mind pierces yours, the tadpole pulses with power. It feels 10 times its size. Alive, awake, almost smug.
This is most unusual. The incubation period should be complete, as should your transformation. But the larva is infused with strange magic. It appears to be in some form of stasis.
Interesting. I think the better question is, can you extract the tadpole? Because I think I know what happens when the stasis goes away. I think I could guess from context clues.
No.
Okay.
Physical and magical influence.
Interesting.
Without the shield, the extraction would involve severe cranial trauma.
Is that because I ate a couple of them? That doesn't sound ideal.
It is not ideal. The process would surely kill you. But not to worry. Should you transform, I will happily perform a new examination.
1 and 2 are fine. I think because I have run into a mind flayer who is an individual and willing to talk to me and willing to not, try to command me and make me do stuff. I think it's worth telling him about the others, because I don't know if he still has like a connection to the Great Link or the Great Plan or whatever he called it. Maybe when he went individualistic, he lost the connection. I'm also thinking about Seven of Nine from Star Trek Voyager, and when she joins the show and gets severed from the Borg. At first, it's uncomfortable, but then she's an ally, so why can't a Mellum be an ally? It may have been uncomfortable at a time, but right now he seems cool, so I'm going to tell him everything.
A Nautaloid? Fascinating. I have never set foot on one myself. They were our warships during the greatest eras of the Illithid Empire. We ruled the entire astral plane from their decks. The design was lost when the gith rebelled and ended our dominion.
Good. Thanks for the information. I'm not going to start being mean to him now. That would be dumb.
Of course. I am sorry I cannot assist you in its removal. But I have an idea.
Oh, perhaps I should start taking notes.
There may be a way to bypass that stasis. There are many alchemical substances that can influence the mind.
I'm going to say, isn't the stasis why the tadpole hasn't killed me yet? Because I want him to know I view transformation as death. He might view it as birth, and he might see me as an unhatched egg. But I think my egg form is my final form, and I don't want to transform.
I do not intend to shatter its protection. I need only bypass the interference that prevents me from communicating with the lava.
Okay. What kind of alchemy are we talking about? In for a penny, in for a pound. Let's go!
A tincture distilled from a collection of rare mushrooms. They have subtle psionic influence. I would require a fresh ton of madness and Timisk spores. But be warned, in their natural state, both of these mushrooms can be quite dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know how to get to them.
Cause confusion in those that approach them. The tongue is self-explanatory.
I'm going to ask, where do we find them? They are everywhere, but I'm hoping that in telling me where they are, he also gives me a clue as to how to harvest them, how to get close enough to actually do that.
The Underdark, of course, although they are quite rare, and their discovery perilous. I imagine Lenore would have them in her possession. She served Mistra as a cleric.
Interesting. Where does Lenore live, please?
The southwest when I last saw her, although her tower does have a tendency to move.
Crap. That is the tower that I couldn't figure out how to enter. I opened the door, and I saw a bunch of booby traps, and then I teleported away. Crap. I need to figure out how to do this. I'll come back when I find the mushrooms.
May your travels be safe and swift.
But at least we now know.
Is my species evolving?
That's so cool. I'm tickled. I'm tickled pink.
But at such an accelerated rate.
I'm so happy that, there is a hobgoblin I could speak to. At the beginning of the game, there was a goblin I could speak to. And now there's a mind flayer I can speak to. Like, I love it. I love it. Oh, and the orcs at the beginning of the game. I also could speak to them. Okay, there is another Myconid who I might be able to coax with me. He will not remain an ally forever. But he does... He has a little quest and he needs some help with it. And I can help him with that portion of his quest. Okay, there's another merchant. Oh, there he is.
Tongue talker. Far you've come. Reach into memory. Tell me of home.
Oh, Glut. You are the character who lives permanently and rent-freely in my head. So I'm looking at all of these options. The half-orc is the closest one to what I would go for as a monk. But number one is exactly what I would say if I were a monk.
It reveals its own home in reply. A humid cove filled with decaying Myconid corpses.
What happened to your Myconids? Ah.
I am a sovereign with no circle. This circle does not welcome me. But I have heard the song. You mean to cleanse the Dwergar rot. I mean to join you.
I'm good with that. Very well, you may join me. Now.
In the Underdark, and I will follow.
Okay, so he just told us that I cannot leave the Underdark. If I do, then he does not go with me, and I think that includes going to camp. So I'm just going to do a short rest just to get my health back up. And now we want to make our way here. So I need to figure out, I'm going to go this direction, but I could also go down and through here. Keep in mind, there is also this tower where the lady has supplies, but I can't teleport to it. I have to go the long way to get there. And then, of course, there's still a lot of stuff in the Myconid colony. I think this is part of the colony. I think up here there's more in the colony. I never spoke to that trader. You know, one who engages in trade, not one who is traitorous.
Letting in more people every day. You see a fella on his own on your way in. Dwarf. Balin's his name.
Can you describe him?
Bald, blue tunic, dumb as a stick.
Okay, I don't think I have seen anyone like that.
Right now,
What are you doing down here?
that idiot Balin's return. Unless you've seen him, we don't have much to discuss.
I have not seen him. And I don't want to say I haven't seen him in case that ends a potential of rescuing him. Because what if he is existing as Schrodinger's cat right now, where he is in a superposition of being alive and dead? And if I say I've met him or I haven't seen him, it confirms the position of dead. Whereas if I just leave, he could still be in either position until I discover him. I don't know. I've never played, but I'm scared of telling her the truth. So I'm just going to leave. Yeah, you humph at me all you want. And who knows, maybe that killed him. Maybe by having that conversation without him here, I have killed him. All right, this is where we're going to leave it because we have hit that time. We want to find Balin at some point, but what we're going to head to tomorrow is this combat encounter. And I know it's a combat encounter because, as I said, when the Sovereign joined up, his little mini quest has been stuck in my head for like the past 2 years. I think about Sovereign Glut more than any other character or NPC in this game. Glut is the one that I remember the most. So we're gonna leave it here. If you have enjoyed yourself, if you've had a good time hanging out with me today, then make sure to hit that follow button. We're trying to get to 100 followers. We are 10 away. Every day we get a little, well, every month we get a little bit closer. I guess every day we're usually just hanging out with the few of you who want to hang out with me. But if you are old here, if you've been here before and you're having a good time with me, why don't you hit that subscribe button? We're trying to get to 10 subscribers. I have only maxed out at 4 at a time, and right now I'm sitting at 2. So you could help me get up to 3 by clicking that subscribe button. If you're sitting on an Amazon Prime subscription and you have not used your included Twitch subscription, right above my head there should be a button that allows you to use that. You can save that for tomorrow since we're now at the end of the stream. If you're watching in the future on YouTube, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. That always helps me out. You can also leave a comment and I will try to get to it when I can. And then finally, if you're into podcasts, I've got one. It's called Potato Chip Pictures. New episodes come out most Fridays, and we are currently reviewing the Bond franchise. Our next review is going to be on License to Kill, but you can get caught up all the way to the living daylights by subscribing on your favorite podcatcher today. All right, everybody, tomorrow I am going to be back with more Baldur's Gate 3. I hope to see you then. Make sure to turn your notifications on. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye!